Hey guys, Kyuranger here with another review. This time I'll be reviewing the Deluxe Kyutama Set SP from Uchu Sentai Kyuranger. This is the final set of Kyutama for the series, which contains 3 Kyutama instead of 2, and 2 of these are very special Kyutama. So, let's get started. First up, we have Kyutama 14, the Tokei Kyutama, which is based on Horologium the Clock. So right off the bat, you can see that this is a bit different from a standard Kyutama, even though it has the standard Kyutama size and shape. First off, the base is metallic gold instead of silver. You can see that the front part is blue, but the back part is actually red. And that is further indicated by the number sticker, which has half of it in red, half of it in blue. And this one has a little bit of a different gimmick than the Mawa slide, because you can see that it already forms a full image on the front, where you can see a blue clock, but with the image and the numbers kind of wavy and scrambled. Then if we mouse slide it over to the back, you can see it's now a red clock, and everything is straightened out. And just like just about everything in Super Sentai that has a clock of some kind on it, the set time is 7:30, which is when Super Sentai comes on Sunday mornings in Japan. So, right off the bat, that is a pretty cool gimmick, and it does make it unique. And then you have the pin combination on the bomb, and you can see that for this set, they are molded in this interesting kind of pearly color. Next up, we have Kyutama 89, the Argo Kyutama, based on Argo Navis, which is the legendary ship Argo from the tale of Jason and the Argonauts. So the first thing that stands out about this Kyutama, besides just it having a bronze base instead of silver, is the number 89. As some of you guys who've been watching Kyutama will remember, the amount of constellations and Kyutama stated to be in existence is 88, but this one here is number 89. And that's because this is actually formed from Kyutama 86, 87, and 88, which actually are 3 constellations that form up Argo Navis and are based on the sail, keel, and deck of the ship respectively. Now for this, you can see that it has this kind of very pale clear blue coloring for the dome. And notice it doesn't have any image on it at all, so it doesn't really have the mouse slide gimmick, even though you can rotate the outer shell. Instead, you can see it actually has a translucent ship on the inside, and that is meant to depict the Argo. And honestly, just looking at this, it kind of reminds me of a ship in a bottle, and I think that was most likely inspiration for the design of this Kyutama. And then we have the pin set on the bottom. And the last of the 3 is Kyutama 34, the Kaminoke Kyutama, which is based on Koma Berenice's, which is Berenice's hair. So Kaminoke literally just translates to hair. For this one, this is another clear red Kyutama, and interestingly enough, you can see that the image on the front depicts Shishi red. Then you can see the other part of the image on the back. So, if we mouse slide it, you can see that it actually puts this hair onto Shishi red, which is interesting in that it's kind of similar to the special Kyutama, or rather the Kyuranger Kyutama, where you kind of had less of 2 fractured parts of an image forming together, and more like one image overlaying onto another, which does make it stand out a little bit more from your typical Kyutama. Next up, we'll use the 3 Kyutama with the Deluxe Set Blaster. Starting off with the Tokei Kyutama, which will set in and activate the attack mode.
Tokei Kyu tama. Save attack.
Now this is a pretty powerful Kyutama, because while it hasn't appeared yet at the time of this recording, it is set to appear in the next episode of Kyuranger, and it's shown to presumably give the user the ability to travel back in time. So that kind of explains the more special appearance with the gold, red, and blue. So, then we have the go mode.
Say the go! Tokei boys!
And then I'll just show off the generic sound for the control mode.
Say the control!
Next up, we have the Argo Kyutama.
Argo Kyu, tama! Say the attack!
So, doing this actually summons the Argo itself, and as you can see by there, instead of just having one color to represent the Kyutama itself, it actually had three, going from light blue to white to yellow, and that's to help indicate that this Kyutama is made up of three separate Kyutama. Even though, funnily enough, in the series, the three Kyutama that make up the Argo Kyutama all have the same color scheme. Now, the Argo itself is actually very important to the story, as it's actually what contains and what leads to the awakening of Ho Soldier, and in fact the Argo itself, a bit later, actually splits up to become the three components of Gigant Ho, further solidifying the theme of three things with the Argo. And then we have the go mode.
Say the go! Argo boys!
And finally we have the Kaminoke Kyutama.
Kaminoke Kyu, tama! Say the attack!
Now for this one, it's pretty simple in what it does, in that it basically, presumably gives the Kyuranger who uses it like a kind of fake wig, and then allows them to attack with that hair. Though interestingly, the light for it is white, even though it's a red Kyutama, so that may have been something that was just changed in development. Oh, right.
Kaminoke Kyu! Kaminoke boys!
So, finally we'll use the Kyutama with Kyureno. So, we'll start off with the Tokei Kyutama. Set it in there. Now, because the image kind of blocks the way, I'm actually going to switch off the lights to show you guys this again, so you can get a slightly better view of it. As you can see, it kind of forms a bunch of winding clocks, and because of the mix of the two colors, the image displayed in the center ends up being purple because it's shown through the red part and then it comes out through the blue part. If we turn it to the side, just a little bit,
Super Galaxy!
you can see one half is red and the other half is blue. Then we can get back to purple by switching it over to the red side. Next we'll use the Argo Kyutama. So, since there isn't any hidden image inside of the Argo Kyutama, instead, because the plastic for the ship is translucent, it illuminates the ship itself. And finally we have the Kaminoke Kyu tama. I think we gotta switch on my lights. This one just to get a little test. It's actually a little bit easier to see there, but you can see that it depicts Shishi Red with that same hair they had on Kyutama, but this time using it to attack.
Super Galaxy!
And there we go. Overall, as the final Kyutama set, this one really hits it out of the park. Not only do we get 3 Kyutama instead of 2, but the first 2 of them really do stand out by having their own unique gimmicks, and also looking really unique for Kyutama, despite having the same basic Kyutama design, with the same kind of orb shape and the same core base display. Not only that, but of course you do get some new sounds in the Seizo Blaster, and they do have their functionality with Kyureno, but once again, the first 2 do function uniquely with Kyureno, with the Tokei Kyu and Tama being able to display purple on either side, or go half and half red and blue, and with the Argo Kyu being able to illuminate the ship inside in place of having a hidden image, which does give it a really nice effect. And of course, like I said, the Argo Kyu is very important to the show, so this is definitely one that fans of the show are going to want to get. So if you get any Kyutama set, even if it's just one, I would highly recommend it being this one. So, next time I'll be doing another episode of Toku Toy Theory, and looking at Kamen Rider Mach and the 2 Dead Heat forms. So, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and if you're new and would like to see more, please subscribe. And for now, this is Kyuranger 50, writing off.